Well, hello, my beautiful teenage queens. Welcome to my channel. Hopefully you saw the previous video where we did skin prep before makeup, because in this video, we are actually putting on the glam. Now, where I'm starting is with the foundation from Chantecaille. This is the Future Skin in Carob. And I love to match this to my neck because my neck tends to be lighter than my face. And then I will start from the center, work my way outward with the brush in a pouncing motion. It helps the foundation to dry down beautifully for me and distribute beautifully, as opposed to pulling down with the brush and leaving streaks. I take this into my neck and décolleté because it gives me more of a cohesive look. So make sure you do that when you're putting on your foundation, and go into Sephora or wherever you go, Ulta Beauty, and match your foundation to your neck. Now, when it comes to eyeliner, if you're new to eyeliner, instead of going after a pencil that tends to tug and you're just new to the whole process, I would go with a precision brush and use eyeshadow. This is the Master Mats palette from Makeup by Mario, one of my favorite palettes. Hopefully I get on their PR because I absolutely love his makeup. And it just helps the makeup to go on flawlessly. It does not take much time, and it's easy to use this for multiple purposes. So I'm using it to carve my brows. I use it as a lip liner. I use it as an eyeliner, and it just works. And I'm using the brown shade to do my brows. Now I overdo my brows just because I want to carve them and shape them the way that I want. Of course, this is optional, but this is what I do when I want to change my look. Sometimes I want more room to play with eyeshadow, so I'd make my brows a little bit more thinner. Or if I know that I'm not doing too much of an eyeshadow look, I would make my brows a little bit thicker. So that's why I would overdo my brows. And it always looks like war paint, girls. It always looks crazy before it looks flawless, at least for me. And I'm no makeup artist, but I have learned my face shape over the years, and every time I put on my makeup, somebody's asking me, can you do my makeup? But everybody knows that it's easier for you to do your own makeup before you learn somebody else's face to put makeup on them. This happened over the years. And these are just some of the things that I've learned. Now, as you can see, I'm shaping my brows with the 345 concealer from Fenty. I also let this dry down under my eyes at the same time, because I'm going to do the blending of the concealer under the eyes as well as doing my brows at the same time, just because this dries down really fast and I rather do it one and done, all in one step. And of course, I am mimicking me being in some tribal situation because that's how I look. Like I'm putting on tribal makeup. Now, you don't have to fan your face. I'm just doing that because I want to hurry up. I hear my godkids calling me in the background, and you know, it's early in the morning. They wake up early. I try to get up before them so that I can have my makeup and everything done so I can play with them all day. But we tend to go to their grandmother's place and eat dinner in the evening. So I rather have everything done top of the morning. And you can't hear what's going on in the background, but I actually have Miles Davis playing. I have a glass of sparkling water. I make putting on makeup an actual experience for me, an elevated one. And I try to do it sitting down most of the time, because when I sit down, I take my time. And especially when you're dealing with concealers and foundation, you want to take your time putting this makeup on. And I love going with a pouncing motion because it just distributes the product easily and beautifully for me. Now, this brush is the BK Beauty concealer brush. It's shaped like a cat paw, and you can find it at Sephora. I will also leave my tools and all the makeup that I use down below. But girls, if you have your own makeup in your arsenal, just use that and just follow the technique. And this is for those that are new to makeup and you're just trying to figure out, how do I apply stuff? And I'm doing this series because my nieces are now experimenting with makeup and they're really needing to know how to apply makeup. And videos like this that they can reference when they're putting on their makeup, I wanted to have out here to help them, and also any girls who are preteens and teenagers and new to the world of makeup and wanting to experience how to put it on as well. Now, guess what? When we're putting on our concealer under the eye, we don't want to drag this down below our jawbone. Just keep your lighter colors sculpting upwards around the eye area. Don't drag it down any lower, or it's just going to look like a mess, because you need to have contrast with the face, because the face always gives contrast. Nobody is just one even color, right? So lighter underneath the eye area, darker on the cheeks and underneath the chin, and then even on the forehead. So right now I'm just looking at what needs to be reinforced, right? Anywhere that the concealer may have gotten onto the brows and taken a little bit of what I contoured off, then I would just go in and reinforce. So the powder that I'm putting on, that y'all can't see, the face powder, it is from Chanel. And then I'm going into my setting powder. Your setting powder is going to be that to help to lock in your concealer. And notice I gave my concealer time to dry down even after blending it out, so that when I put the powders on top, it doesn't get cakey or start settling into lines. So these are just steps that I want you to be mindful of when you're applying your concealers. Now with a fluffy brush, I'm distributing that Huda Beauty Kunaffah setting powder. It's more of a yellow. Some people like to use pinks. Some people like to use like just translucent, like Laura Mercier has a beautiful translucent powder. But I tend to go after the yellow because, again, I love a brightened under eye. You can use a concealer that is true to your shade, or you can use a concealer that's, 2 shades lighter, 1 shade lighter. I use 2 shades lighter because, again, I like a brightened under eye, and I love to use it underneath my brows because I don't do a brow bone highlight. I tend to use my concealer as my brow bone highlight. I also want to preface that you notice I'm not baking. Baking, I know, is popular or was popular. I don't know if people are baking anymore, but underneath the eye area is a thin layer of skin that does not have any sebaceous glands. Underneath the eye area wants to be moisturized. So we don't want to over-exacerbate that already existing problem by using powders that sit for a very long period of time. So I just lightly dust setting powder underneath my eye just to set that concealer in place. Then I'm going in with my powder again from Chanel just to make sure there's no lines of delineation. Everything looks beautiful as far as contrast goes. And notice I'm not putting the face powder in the areas where I put the setting powder. I want the light areas to stay light while the periphery of my face is true to my shade. Now I'm going to go in with Gucci's number 5. This is a bronzer that's just going to give me a sun-kissed glow to my face, and that's what bronzers do. Now, if you want to really sculpt and chisel, then I definitely say go after a deeper shade contour powder or a contour that's more gel-based. Or a stick contour you can use for sculpting. But for the sake of just giving me a nice little sun-kissed glow to the skin, I'm just using bronzer. And I tend to sit in front of a window, which really does show me how flawlessly my makeup is going on. Now let's get into eyeshadow. Now, I want to say this before I go into eyeshadow. If this had a lot of fallout, I would do my concealer underneath the eye step last. I'm just mixing a little bit of that dark brown shade in the Master Mattes palette with a lighter brown that's in the Master Mattes palette as well to give me this beautiful contrast. It looks like it's black, but there's no black that I used. And I'm just using my Gucci compact just so that I can see exactly what I'm doing. Sometimes I love to tilt the mirror up towards the light so I can really see how to blend this. And I'm using one of my favorite blending brushes, the Scott Barnes number 62 brush. This is like the most iconic brush of all times. I really love this brush. And what I'm doing is using this all over my transition area as well as my lid area. Now for mascara, I'm using the Chanel Volume in black. Again, these products that I'm using, you don't have to purchase. However, these products are iconic in my cosmetic collection, and I know what they're going to do, and that's why I grab them out constantly. They just give me a flawless look. Also, ladies, if I didn't mention earlier, the reason why I wear a headband is because makeup is made with chemicals, and the last thing you want is for these chemicals to get into your hairline and dry out your hairline edges, and you have another existing problem. So put on a headband when you're putting on your makeup. And for blush, I'm just using Gucci's Warm Berry. This is one of my favorite blushes for spring, summer. This gives me just a fresh, flawless look. And it took a lot of steps to get here, but here we are. And I'm just going over everything with whatever's on that face powder brush, just to make sure everything blends in seamlessly. Remember, blending is the key, my beautiful friends. If you're going to go for a glam look, you want to make sure everything looks seamless. And using my other Scott Barnes precision brush, I'm drawing my lip liner on with the brown shade in the Master Mattes palette by Makeup by Mario. Again, a very easy step, as opposed to tugging and pulling with a lip liner pencil. So something easy and seamless for somebody who's new, use an eyeshadow. Now going into lip gloss, we're going to use Nude Beige by Kogendo. You guys see me looking backwards? That's my god kids coming into the room because they can wait no longer for me. They need me out there playing with them. They have stories to tell me. It's the whole vibe. They're just my little beautiful little princesses. I love them so much. But as y'all can see, the makeup looks flawless. It looks beautiful. And this set and plays all day. Now, I didn't show y'all in this video, but my finishing spray is the Airbrush Flawless Finish from Charlotte Tilbury, and there comes my god kids. They had to tell me a story about almost getting hit with a basketball at a game that they were watching, and I nearly had a fit, yes, because I don't want them to get hurt, and they're very young and beautiful, and I love my god kids. But hopefully y'all enjoyed this video, and I'll see y'all in my next one. Ciao for now.